Hello and hello, this is Brian from Awful Movie Reviews.
Heavens alive, who are you?
For this first part of our 1950s sci-fi bad movie reviews, we've got Devil Girl from Mars on the menu today, a low-budget, science fiction, alien invasion British film set in the Highlands of Scotland. The 1950s sure seemed to have a thing for alien women coming from outer space. I mean, look at some of these titles. Catwomen from the Moon, Fire Maidens from Outer Space, The Astounding She-Monster, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, and now this? But let us not be fooled, my dear viewers, because even if the title sounds wild, the only thing that is solely devilish about Devil Girl from Mars is how slow and dry this nothing burger is.
You know, this whole thing is a waste of time.
There's so little going on here, I had to hook up electrodes to my nuts to feel some stimulation. But just before I deal personally with this devil lady from the Red Planet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment for a bad 50s sci-fi movie recommendation. And if you value what I do and you want to help support me, please check out my Patreon in the description below, as well as this week's sponsor.
You may be right, otherwise we may miss something important.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture.
Since the heart has a yearning for the unknown, if you're interested in unanswered stories of UFOs visiting Earth, bone-chilling evidence of paranormal activity, or some of the most famous murder cases gone cold, then head over to the podcast Weird Darkness, sponsoring this video. You'll find all sorts of ghoulish, blood-curdling, and most of all fascinating stories of the macabre 7 days a week. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, or go directly to their website using the description down below. Like I said, Devil Girl from Mars is set in the dark, misty highlands of Scotland. A flying saucer which looks a lot like a glowing spinning top lands by accident not far from a small inn.
It's sort of romantic, isn't it? Coming all that way just to drop in our back garden.
That's where we meet our unlikely group of characters, so interesting and compelling that I forgot almost every name.
Welcome back to the happy circle.
This includes an escaped convict who reunites with his girlfriend while hiding from the police. Gee, what are the odds? We've got a journalist, our main character, who is desperately trying to pick up a seductive young female protagonist, Helen, aka Tomato Juice Woman.
The tomato juice girl wouldn't by any chance have a scotch around, would she? Not many girls drink tomato juice unless...
Unless what?
Unless they're afraid of putting on weight. I know! You're an air hostess.
Now that's how you turn on a lady. Amongst this band of people who I couldn't give a shit about, we've got the overly arrogant scientist who refuses to believe in the extraordinary, because no, Mr. Over here only believes in science, even when the evidence is right before his merry eyes.
I must confess I'm completely baffled.
So you must be wondering, why did the alien, a lady called Naya, who's dressed in a sort of Darth Vader suit, come down to Earth?
May I introduce your latest guest, Miss Naya. She comes from Mars.
Well, it's because Mars needs men. She tells about a civil war between men and women on the Red Planet, where men were defeated and basically have disappeared. So now the Martian population is on the verge of extinction because they can't reproduce anymore. Well done, guys. I'm sure you thought that one through. So Naya is here to take human men back to Mars with her to help with the declining population problem. But her initial destination was London. I guess she isn't too hot on elderly, drunken Scottish men with accents thicker than the Highland fog.
Indeed it is. But storm or shine, you are always pretty as a picture.
You men on Earth are much as we expected.
Calling this movie cheap would be an understatement, but I really feel like the money they used could have been spent on a much more noble cause. Devil Girl from Mars is so bad that I don't see any reason why people even chose to make such a thing. It's a primitive, lazy picture with no substance. Most of the film takes place inside the tavern and its surroundings. As Naya tries to fix her saucer and get back in the air, she's constantly going back and forth between the inn and the craft to check in on the characters, like a group of naughty little children you've got to keep your eyes on at all cost. This flick really is all about running back and forth between two different locations, and I'm telling you, it's not an interesting one. Naya also brings a giant remote control with legs called Johnny the Robot. Cool, I guess. It can shoot death rays at objects and incinerate them, even though this huge hunk of metal moves at the speed of a tortoise.
Gee, that's something.
Devil Girl from Mars could have maybe worked a little better, and I mean maybe, as a 30-minute Twilight Zone episode. And yet, I'm not even sure how well that would hold up, just because the screenplay is about as dry and flavorless and non-exciting as they come. Turning this empty concept into a 77-minute motion picture is a crime against humanity.
Come on, Jamie, while we're still alive, we might as well have a cup of tea.
In the end, one of the characters sacrifices himself to save everyone. He's taken by the spaceship and starts to tamper with it, making it explode. Which looks awful, by the way. Is it just me, or do they look like little marshmallows popping up on the screen? And we don't see any of what the character actually did to bring the spaceship down. I guess the production didn't have enough money for that, either. They probably spent it all on a walking fridge, which only shows up for 10 minutes of this film.
I'm 26, Michael. And in all those years, I haven't done a single thing I really wanted to do.
Like starring in more shitty movies like this one, for example.
We've done enough talking, Helen.
So yeah, Devil Girl from Mars, it's a real stinker. I don't even think a good shot of Scotch whiskey can save your viewing experience. What an awful movie.